Welcome to Echoes of Time. In today's video, we'll be looking at some fascinating historical pictures, rare glimpses into the past that tell us stories without a single word. We'll explore photos connected to great figures and civilizations. So stay tuned, because each image we uncover today holds a secret from the past, waiting to be revealed. Follow, and let the past speak. You are now watching Echoes of Time. Long before the modern world coined the term post-traumatic stress, there were cultures that deeply understood the invisible wounds left by war. Among several African communities, a warrior returning from battle was not immediately welcomed back into everyday life. Instead, he entered a sacred period of transition, often lasting 3 lunar cycles, under the guidance and care of a spiritual healer or shaman. This was not punishment, nor exile. It was a ritual of healing, acknowledging that violence scars more than just the body, it disrupts the balance of the soul. These ancient practices recognized war as a force that fractures the spirit. The belief was that the returning warrior carried with him a chaotic energy, a spiritual imbalance that could endanger both himself and his community if left unaddressed. One of the oldest healing rituals involved placing animal horns on the skin to draw out stagnant blood, a method akin to cupping therapy. Later dubbed African cupping by colonizers, this technique was more than medicine. It was a ceremonial act, a way of releasing not just physical toxins, but the unspoken pain and emotional residue of violence. Today, we call it trauma, they called it spiritual imbalance. In our hypermodern, clinical world, where trauma is often treated with pills and silence, there's something profoundly wise in these ancestral traditions. They remind us that healing is not just about treating symptoms, but about restoring harmony, within oneself, and with the world around. Perhaps, in the rush to advance, we've overlooked the power of ritual, community, and soul-level care. And perhaps, it's time to remember. In the snowy Dakota Territory winter of 1886, 2 families, one Lakota, one Swedish immigrant, found themselves stranded just miles apart during the worst blizzard in a decade. The Andersons, new to the plains, had no idea how fast the storm would come. Their oxen froze, their woodpile vanished under 6 feet of snow, and their baby grew weaker by the hour. Across the frozen creek, Elk Woman of the Oglala Lakota sensed something was wrong. Her son, Wiaka, just 16, had seen smoke falter at the Andersons' cabin. She packed pemmican, blankets, and herbs into a sled and set out into the white silence with him. They reached the settlers just before dark. The Andersons, near frostbite, wept in relief. Elk Woman didn't speak English, but she moved with purpose, feeding the baby warmed broth from a horn spoon, wrapping the mother's hands in rabbit pelts, and stoking a fire with dried buffalo dung she'd brought from home. For 6 days, the Lakota family stayed with the Andersons, teaching them how to insulate walls with snow, melt water safely, and preserve food. On the 7th day, the sky cleared, and they left without fanfare. The Andersons would tell that story for generations, though many neighbors never believed it. But their granddaughter eventually found a beaded sash in a box of heirlooms, marked with the Lakota word Wawachane Tignaka, generosity. The Blattner-phone, a pioneer in magnetic recording, 1924. In 1924, the Blattner-phone, developed by Dr. Kurt Still and Louis Blattner, revolutionized audio recording and playback. It was one of the first devices to use steel tape for magnetic recording, offering superior sound quality compared to phonograph records. Primarily used by the BBC and other broadcasters, the Blattner-phone enabled programs to be recorded and retransmitted, crucial for international broadcasts. Unlike fragile and cumbersome discs, its magnetic tape allowed for better sound fidelity and long-term storage, making it a vital tool for preserving and sharing content globally. Though innovative, the device faced challenges like tape durability and high costs. However, it paved the way for future advancements, such as reel-to-reel and cassette tapes, transforming audio recording and broadcasting. The Blattner-phone remains a key milestone in the history of sound technology. That's it for today's journey into the past. If you enjoyed uncovering these powerful historical images, don't forget to like, follow, and share with others who love history too. Until next time. Keep exploring. Keep remembering. You've been watching Echoes of Time, where history lives on. Thanks for watching.